2.5 years. Right now, the Dow is down 72, the NASDAQ down 22 points. Shares of Dunkin' Donuts are tanking today after sales took a tumble last quarter, and now the chain wants to shut down 100 stores over the next year. Initial jobless claims up by 10,000 last week, while outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas says planned corporate layoffs in September shot up 43% from the month before. Most of those cuts coming from one company, though, Hewlett-Packard. And a ton of new cars and pickups were sold last month. Sales at Ford up 23%, Fiat Chrysler up 14%, even GM sales up 12.5% last month. Tom Busby, CNBC.
Meet Vince. Vince hurt himself mountain biking on Saturday.
Because weekend warrior.
Because noob.
Hey.
Vince is supposed to host an important presentation, but he's not going anywhere in that cast. What should he do?
Rhetorical question.
Vince should try GoToMeeting, the simple way to host meetings online, complete with video conferencing and screen sharing. Send out a meeting link and anyone can join from any computer, tablet, or smartphone. Just takes a click.
Where do I sign up?
Visit GoToMeeting.com to start your free 30-day trial. That's GoToMeeting.com.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good afternoon. It's 12:03. Happy October 1st. I'm Di Rice with the only live local news here in the Inland Empire on Kcaa 1050 AM. A Rancho Cucamonga memorial service for a motorcyclist turned violent when gunfire erupted at the late Tuesday night service at a location on 6th Street. Several shots were fired and a 46-year-old man was hit. He later died at a hospital. He has been identified as Kevin Hall. The suspect, Andre Taylor, also 46, of San Bernardino, has been arrested. The victim and the one being honored at the service were members of a motorcycle club, as are many of the other attendees who were at the service. Taylor is being held on $1 million bail. And a Yucaipa man was arrested Tuesday on suspicion of shooting a moving vehicle in Yucaipa. The car was occupied by one man who was the intended victim. He was not injured during the shooting. The two men were reportedly having some sort of domestic dispute. 41-year-old Robert Williams is the suspect. He was booked into San Bernardino Central Detention Center after the incident on attempted murder. The incident occurred near the intersection of Bryant Street and Avenue D. Inland Empire weather, sunny, not too bad out there. I'm kind of liking it. Highs right around 90 degrees. Overnight lows dropping down to a 65 degrees mark. And looking at your drive through the Inland Empire, there is an accident blocking two lanes in Upland as you approach the 210 eastbound just before Mountain Avenue. And that is due to an injury crash. Blocking the two right lanes. Traffic is backed up from Baseline. And then other than that, we have an accident that has cleared the 215 southbound before La Cadena in Colton. Traffic is still a little slow, though, from Mount Vernon forward. And that is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind, Kcaa 1050 AM.
Wondering what to do on your Friday drive home? Well, the bar's open and it's happy hour. Join us right here on Kcaa 1050 AM on Friday at 3 for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. The gang's all going to be there, so dial it in. Kcaa 1050 AM Fridays at 3 p.m. right after the Poor Man for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. Pour me a tall one. Brought to you by BuySellMakeOffer.com.
If you like jazz, you'll enjoy getting together with me, Tommy Hawkins, a jazz hawk. Tune into my show, Just Jazz, Saturday nights, 10 to midnight on Kcaa 1050 AM.
Determination.
You can be intentional about your character, your work ethic.
You've got to be on the same page.
Today we're calling to let you know we are debt-free, house and everything.
You have done really, really, really good. And you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people.
Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live it. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. This is your show. Thank you for joining us. It is a free call if you want to talk about your life and your money. We're here. The number is 888-825-5225. 888-825-5225. John is in Los Angeles to start off this hour. Hey, John, how are you?
Fine, Dave, and thank you for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
There's a widow woman in my church, and I had the privilege of leading her Jewish husband to the Lord before he died a little over a year ago. So we've become very close friends, and there's another gentleman that we know mutually who's a godly man. He's a black African, but has lived here in America for quite some time, and he's been, trying to start a university and a school and an orphanage in Kcaa, Africa, but it's just like no finances have been coming in for him, and we really want to help him, and I don't have any assets to help him, and my spiritual mother, Linda, the woman I'm talking about, her credit is impeccable. Her and her husband kept impeccable credit, and he has presented an opportunity to her, and I just wanted to run this by you. If your credit is really good, according to him and another gentleman, they can use your credit to start a corporation, and there's a lender that will offer them $7,500. They're going to give her $2,500. They're immediately going to write a letter to the state attorney to take her name off of the corporation, and then they'll have the other $5,000 along with some other investors to try to build their own corporate credit in order to get this university and orphanage started over in Africa in Kenya. And I just wanted to know, is this legal? If they do, worst case scenario, they don't pay it back, can they come back to take it from her? And they're saying once her name is off the corporation, there's no record of her at all. So
okay,
I hope that's not too confusing.
No, it's not confusing. It's not true.
Okay.
This guy is he either has at a minimum he has some bad information. At a maximum, he's a scammer or someone's trying to scam him. Let me tell you, here's what happens, okay? Banks do not lend startup corporations money based on one of the owner of the corporation's credit unless one of the owner of the corporations signs personal liability. Okay? So let's just say you just form a corporation. Okay. Well, let's say I form one. Okay. I've got a lot of wealth. Let's just say I just open a company, XYZ Incorporated. No bank on the planet, in the United States of America anyway, will loan that brand new company money just because I'm the owner of the company. You follow me?
Because of your credit being good, you mean?
They won't. They won't do it. They would happily loan that company money if I was willing to personally sign for the debt, putting up my personal credit and assets. Do you follow me? And so there's no such thing as what he laid out here. That somebody just suddenly gives a $7,500 loan to a brand new corporation because a sweet lady with a great credit score happens to be the owner of the corporation. That does not happen. So that scares.
Why not be a new corporation?
I'm sorry?
Oh, she's saying it might not be a new corporation.
It does. If it's not a new corporation, the only way that the corporation would be loaned money by a bank without a personal guarantee on the debt would be if the corporation has huge assets.
Okay.
So if the corporation doesn't own anything, it doesn't. Nobody's going to loan it money.
Yeah, there's no way. See, the reason they're using her credit is because their credit isn't good enough, so they don't even have the corporation. They're trying to. This gentleman told me they want to build the corporation bit by bit until Professor Roach's credit gets strong enough where he can stand on his own. And this is kind of a stepping stone for that to happen.
It doesn't work. That doesn't work.
One thing just entered my mind. He said we have a lender. Is it possible there's other lenders out there that aren't banks that would do something like this legitimately, or no?
The likelihood is so low that I would have to tell you to stay away from this.
Okay.
Because here's the problem. Let's just switch places a minute, okay? Let's just think this through. When a lender lends money, they want to know that they're going to get their money back, right?
Correct.
And when there's just a company there that has no assets and no track record, there's nothing for them to get. If you've got an individual that has assets and a track record on the hook called a personal guarantee, then you could get your money back. But as an individual, I could loan money. Let's say I wanted to loan this $7,500 to someone. If I'm a wise lender of any kind, if I have any level of business acumen, I have to know that this company basically becomes a shell because it has nothing. There's no substance to it. Right. And there's no way there's no guarantee of me getting paid. It doesn't even have a track record of paying its bills.
Well, that was my exact question to him. I said, okay, you use her credit, you get the money, you give her $2,500, you keep the other $5,000, you send the letter to the state attorney to remove her name, and then if you don't pay it back, what's going to stop them from doing their due diligence to find out that mom is the one who originated the loan? Because it kind of sounds fraudulent to me a little bit, right?
You're not really misleading anyone. You're not misleading the lender. You're telling the lender what's going on in his scenario. But here's the bottom line of the conversation, John. You guys have a big heart for helping this guy, and if you don't have the cash, or the sweet lady doesn't have the cash to give him a gift for his ministry, then I would not do this deal. If this lady were as close to me as she is to you, and it was my mom or my spiritual mom, I would tell her to avoid this deal.
Okay.
It's got too many bad vibes on it.
I agree, because there was a couple of questions I asked him. I said, well, can you give me the details exactly how it's going to happen? He says, no, that's just the way a corporate account works.
No, that's not true.
And I asked him that twice or three times, and I wasn't satisfied.
It's not true. I own 3 corporations and 22 LLCs. And that's not how they work. So I can help you with that. That's just bogus. This guy, I'm sorry. I hope he's okay, but I smell a rat somewhere in this woodpile. I don't know where he is. I don't know which one's the rat or where they are, but this sweet little lady does not need to be taken advantage of, and that's what I smell. I think there's nowhere good this conversation's going. There's tremendous downside and almost no upside. If you got $7,500, you want to lose that by giving it to these guys, that's the minimum I would do. The maximum I would do, and I personally wouldn't do that, because I just smell a rat around this whole thing. It's just wrong. The whole thing doesn't jive, man. Thanks for the call. Open phones. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
InfoTrack is the weekly show with information you should know. Hi, everybody. This is Chris Whitting, inviting you to join me each week for InfoTrack.
Sundays at 6 a.m.
right here on CNBC KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Tired of spending too much money on an ad and then trying to find your ad in the newspaper, buried among hundreds, even thousands of other ads? Isn't it time you got a great deal when you were trying to sell that car, that dining room set, that refrigerator, or offering your handyman services? Now you can in the Nickel Shopper. For as little as $7.50 per week, your ad can be seen by thousands of eyeballs in the high desert, and they're getting the Nickel Shopper for free. Call today to place your ad in the Nickel Shopper, 760-646-3654, or go to thenickelshopper.com for all the details, 760-646-3654. The Nickel Shopper. Now in the IE.
This is KCAA.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that there is no one path right for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I can only do so much. My options were limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I could keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found new career training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
We found the problem with your car. Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
What?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
The San Bernardino Rotary Foundation wants you to be a part of this city's renaissance. That's why they hope you'll attend the San Bernardino Summit. On Tuesday, October 6th at the historic Fox Theater on Court Street, community leaders like Dr. John Husing will speak on bringing San Bernardino from bankruptcy back to all-American greatness. Attend the San Bernardino Summit Tuesday morning, October 6th at the Fox Theater. Proceeds benefit the Literacy and Rotary Life Scholarship programs.
For more information, see sanbernardinosummit.com. Tickets are available at eventbrite.com.
Speaking of everything, this is AM 1050 KCAA.
Thank you for joining us, America. We're so glad you're here. If you haven't heard, my daughter Rachel Cruz and I wrote a book called Smart Money, Smart Kids, teaching you how to teach your kids how to handle money. It has also been made into a class, and it is booming. The Smart Money, Smart Kids class is a 6-lesson video-based study where Rachel and I show you how to teach your kids how to handle money. And it doesn't matter if you got toddlers or teenagers. If you want them to be successful adults, they have to learn about money. It's one of the life skills we as parents are bound to give our children if we want them to be successful. The lessons are really fun. They're easy. There's all kinds of depth. They drill down things. You can learn how to do how to teach a 3-year-old on a certain thing and a 13-year-old on a certain thing. It's really, really robust. You're really going to like it. And all you need to get started is the Smart Money, Smart Kids membership. Just visit smartmoneysmartkids.com, or you can call us at 888-22-PEACE, 888-227-3223. Jennifer's with us in Chicago. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
What's up is that we are in the process of beefing up our emergency fund, and we have a little bit of angst about how much we should set it at. For us, 6 months of expenses would be $60,000, so that's the minimum that we are working to put in there, and that should be done in a couple months. But there's something about the number 75,000 and just wanting to have 75,000 in emergency savings that just makes us feel better. I think we're just getting a little fatigued about the emergency fund at this point. We're like, oh, this is taking a while, even though it hasn't really been taking a while, honestly. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? I'm thinking you're going to say go with the 6 months, but we would just feel better, I think, with the 75. Is that foolish?
Well, let's talk through what happens if you decide it's not foolish, but
right.
If you say let's just set it at 50. If that was your emergency fund, what would happen to the other 25,000?
It would go toward our other goals.
Like what?
Like baby steps 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. So for 15% of your income going into retirement's an ongoing thing. It really wouldn't go there.
Right. Although we have we have a limited. I'm an independent consultant, and my husband is a highly compensated employee at his corporation. So we have to work.
So you would have some stuff that really wouldn't be, quote, under retirement. You just have some mutual funds or some, like a low turnover mutual fund.
I have a SEP IRA, and so we just have to be really diligent about and very intentional about retirement.
But I mean, you're not going to be able to, if he's highly compensated, you're probably not going to be able to get 15% of your income completely into a retirement plan. So some of it's going to be sitting in just a mutual fund that you stamped retirement in your own mind.
Right. No, you're right. We have to add, you're right. We have to add on to that. But then there's kids' college. Our kids are young, but we want to fully fund
Okay,
that,
so let's pretend for a second that, what's your household income?
It's around 300,000.
I thought so. Okay. My point is this. The reason I'm asking the question, I'm going somewhere. If you put 50,000 in your emergency fund, or 60,000 or 75, it's not going to kill you either way. But to answer your question, the money that you would have put there if it were sitting in a regular mutual fund as part of your retirement savings, but it's not technically in a retirement account, is completely accessible if something happened.
Right.
So it's still there. That was my point. If you've got a low turnover mutual fund, in addition to your SEP, in addition to whatever he can do is highly compensated, and your 15% spills out over those two things, and it will, with what you're outlining for me, unless you're the bulk of the income, it will. Unless you're like 250 of the 300. But,
no, it's more like he's 2/3, I'm 1/3. It's more like that.
So the only way to get to 15% is the SEP and what little he can do, and then above that, putting some in just open market mutual funds that have no retirement protection. So that money's sitting there for emergencies anyway.
I see what you're saying. So take the above and beyond, whatever we decide that is, over 6 months, and you're just saying put that in a straight up mutual fund.
Yeah,
and
make that part of your baby step 4, 15%, and then it's there if you need it. But if if you're putting it into a 401k, you'd be penalized to get it out, or a SEP, you'd be penalized to get it out.
Yeah, that's why we're like, well, that doesn't make sense. So,
but you're not going to be able to utilize those. You're not going to be able to. You're going to max those out and then some anyway. So that's one way to look at it. But it's not the end of the world because, listen, the interest you're going to – let's just pretend you do 75 instead of 60, okay?
Right.
That's $15,000 at 1% versus 10%. 10% is $1,500.
Right.
$1,500 increase in your income in your situation, whoopee. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
So, if you feel better about having 75, get 75. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
But what you're losing is about $1,500 a year by doing that.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you, too, for Every Dollar. It's the best thing since sliced bread. We've tried all the budgeting tools, and Every Dollar really just upgraded our budgeting skills tenfold. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That makes me smile. I'll pass that on to the Every Dollar guys. They love hearing stuff like that. That product, if you guys don't know, is a free online budgeting tool at everydollar.com, and you can go do your budget in about 10 minutes on this thing, and then you can download the app, the iPhone app, and manipulate your budget once you've got it all built in your computer, and it's all free. Go check it out. And our guys have spent like 2.5 years building this thing. We just launched it, and it's already got over 700,000 people using it. It's fast. Everybody's talking about Every Dollar. Everywhere in the financial world, everywhere anybody who does a budget's like, get every dollar. It's just the buzz on this thing is incredible. So thank you. I appreciate your compliment very much. Nick is with us in Philadelphia. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Dave, thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it very much.
Sure. What's up?
I'm 28 years old. Just bought a house literally just 1 year ago today. The household income of $46,100. I have a question. I keep getting letters in the mail, and my mortgage broker that got me my house said he could do it for me. He's very adamant about doing it. I don't know what he's getting out of it, but it's a FHA streamlined refinance. Mm-hmm. He's saying he can save me $70 a month on my mortgage. I went through all the paperwork last night with my dad. He's a very successful man. He has a lot of properties, such as yourself, and he's not getting a good vibe off of it, and he's telling me to stay away from it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a slightly above market interest rate, and they charge no closing costs, and they just roll your old loan straight into it. Now, what is the interest rate on your current mortgage?
4.25.
Okay. And so if you got a 3, what's the balance on your mortgage?
142 and a half around there.
Okay.
The payoff.
So what are they quoting you on this streamline?
$70 cheap. My mortgage is $14.35
no, interest
a
rate.
month.
Interest rate.
Same thing, 4.25.
4.25 interest rate on the streamline?
I believe so. That's what the paperwork I went over. Then
the only reason how long have you had this mortgage?
1 year today. Very new.
Something wrong with that. Because by just re-amortizing and starting a 29-year at 30, it shouldn't drop you $70 on $142,000. Here's the thing.
Right.
You could refinance if you're going to stay in the house and just get a conventional mortgage. What's the house worth?
149. I got it for 147 and a half.
Yeah, you might not be able to refinance. But if you could do a refinance and get current interest rates, you can get a 3% loan right now on a 15-year.
Right.
That saves you $1,400 a year. But I'd drop it. That's on a 15-year. I'd drop it down to a 15-year, and I wouldn't be less per month. I'd be slightly more per month, but be out of debt in 15 years and have a cheaper interest rate in the process. That would make more sense. No, I would not do this streamline. I agree with your dad. If they're just streamlining at the same interest rate and all they're doing is recasting, resetting the mortgage, no, I wouldn't do it. Hey, thanks for the call. We appreciate you listening. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
This is KCAA.
California headline news: arson at a Planned Parenthood office in Thousand Oaks, northwest of L.A.
Detectives say somebody used an object, likely a rock, to smash a window at the Planned Parenthood office and then tossed an accelerant, probably gasoline, inside and lit it. The building's sprinklers immediately put out any fire. There were no flames when firefighters arrived.
Correspondent Alex Stone. Bills aimed at regulating California's marijuana industry still await a signature from Governor Brown. Assemblymember Rob Bonta hopes the governor signs it, saying without regulation, the pot industry here is like the Wild West.
There are no testing standards required for medical cannabis. There is inadequate enforcement for illicit activities such as illegal grows and diversion of product out of state.
The bills create a Bureau of Medical Marijuana Regulation within the Department of Consumer Affairs. Caitlyn Jenner won't face charges for involvement in a fatal crash in Malibu earlier this year. Geico weather, cooler temperatures, more rain a possibility in the northern region of the state, warm and dry in Southern California. Jeff Scott, California News.
Our vineyard started as a small farm, but with careful planning and hard work, we're now one of the largest grape producers in the region. With so much to preserve, we need to be well protected. That's why we chose Travelers. They have the insurance we need to protect what we've built and to give us the confidence to keep growing.
At Travelers, we're here to help keep vineyards growing today and into tomorrow. Contact your local Travelers agent or visit us at travelers.com/agribusiness.
Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
Larry Burnett here, inviting you to join me for Open Season, Fridays at 6 p.m. right here on KCAA. It's three guys dropping gloves, tackling issues, and swinging for the fences. Great sports talk right here on KCAA AM 1050.
Walters Mercedes-Benz is excited to announce the 20th annual Walters Children's Charity Classic Golf Tournament to be held on Monday, October 5th at the Victoria Country Club in Riverside. In the last 19 years, the Walters Children's Charity Classic has raised over $3.5 million for the benefit of Loma Linda University's Children's Hospital. Hurry, sponsorships and player slots are still available. For more information and to register, go to waltersccc.org or call Kathy Keenley at 951-688-3332.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, or check out the savings and place your order online. VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
The 9th Annual Inland Empire's largest mixer returns to the Ontario Convention Centre Wednesday, October 21st. Discover new business service providers from nearly 200 exhibitors. Connect with potential customers. Build and create new business relationships, all while sampling from local restaurants and caterers. The largest mixer is open to the entire business community. Wednesday, October 21st at the Ontario Convention Centre. Admission is just $20. For exhibitor and attendee information, visit iemixer.com for Inland Empire's largest mixer.
Freeway Auto Center is your road to home. Now open and ready to send you home in a much better car than you're driving now. Freeway Auto Center has a special phone number for KCAA listeners. Get ready, get a pen. Here's the number you need. Right now, in the 909 area code, call 269-8731. Got it? 269-8731. That's the number you need for Freeway Auto Center. Just call 909-269-8731 and ask for the road to home. You may need to unload a car that costs more to fix than you paid for it. Maybe you need a dependable car for your kids to go to college. Maybe it's just time. Freeway Auto Center on Waterman, north of the 10, has the selection you're looking for. Freeway Auto Center will get you there. Call 909-269-8731. That's 269-8731. That's your number for Freeway Auto Center.
Miss one of your favorite shows? Don't worry, we've got your radio DVR right here on KCAAradio.com. Log on and listen to any show you want, anytime you want, on KCAA 1050 AM.
Who's gonna tell you when?
In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Sarah is with us. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Welcome, welcome. Where do you live?
Indianapolis.
Good for you. And you're here to do your debt-free scream.
I am, yes.
I love it. How much have you paid off?
$106,000.
Yo! How long did that take you?
2 years and 2 months.
Way to go. Making what kind of money?
Started off at $67,000, ended around $127,000.
Way to go. What do you do?
Veterinarian.
Ah, very nice. Love it, love it. So what kind of debt? I'm guessing vet school bills?
All student loans from vet school, yes.
And so what happened 2.2 years ago that allowed you 2 years, 2 months ago that started you on this journey?
Graduated from vet school.
Okay. And said, okay, I got to address this.
Yes, I wanted to attack it immediately.
What made you think you should and could do that?
You know, I grew up, my parents blessed me with those principles growing up about, never getting into debt, paying off debt as soon as possible with student loans. And so it wasn't an option for me to just have that as a pet for 10 to 20 years.
No pun intended as a veterinarian.
Exactly,
yeah.
yes.
We can't have a student loan as a pet if you're a veterinarian, particularly.
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I love it. So Dad came with you, or he met you here?
He did, yeah. And my mom is starting a new job, so she couldn't be here, but she's watching.
So he's proud and here to cheer you on.
Yep.
Very fun. I love it. So what happened during this 2 years and 2 months? You grew up with these values. You get out of school. You start making some decent money, and you decide we're going to get in real attack mode. Tell me what happened.
Not much, actually. I just continued to live like a college student the whole time. The hardest part was seeing all my classmates, starting to buy houses, buy new cars, all these things because they're making decent money. But I continued to live the lifestyle that I had been. So really it wasn't hard for me in terms of learning new habits. But it was hard watching some of the things I felt like I was missing out on.
I hear you. And how did you intersect with our material?
My last year of vet school, I took a business rotation, actually. And we all had to read a different business book. And your Entree Leadership book was actually part of that, and I randomly selected it. And I started reading it, and I immediately was gravitated towards your principles. It's biblical, everything that I had grown up with. And so then I got hooked onto your show and then read your Total Money Makeover book as well.
Oh, okay. Very cool. And so that gave you the game plan to go with the value system and the income, and then you got in attack mode.
Exactly. You helped me really outline the steps that I needed to take. I knew the general principles, but that was a huge help.
So people make fun of you living on nothing?
Yes, there's lots of jokes. I'm pretty good at laughing at myself too, so it wasn't too hard going through that. But kind of the worst of it would be, you're a cheapskate. You're making decent money, but
if broke people are making fun of your financial plan, you're right on track. Yeah,
right, exactly.
That's good. Way to go. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you tell people the key to paying off $106,000 in 2 years and 2 months?
You have to want it. So many young professionals, who are different, whether they're veterinarians, physicians, they don't want to get out of debt. It's something that our society views as normal. And so you really have to want it. If you don't want it, you're never going to have the discipline to get out of debt.
It kind of has to become this all-consuming thing for a short period of time, doesn't it?
It does. It was my complete drive and focus during the past 2 years.
So how's it feel now?
So liberating, and just that overwhelming sense of peace about it. I wouldn't trade any of the past 2 years at all for this feeling.
That's why we call it financial peace.
Exactly.
2 words that don't go together, like airline service. Well, way to go. Very proud of you. All right, Sarah from Indianapolis, $106,000 paid off in 2 years and 2 months, making 67 up to 127. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. I'm debt-free!
Love it. Love it. Love it. Way to go. Very, very, very cool. Man, that is fun. Absolutely fun. Open phones as we talk about your life and your money. Jared is with us in Fort Wayne. Hi, Jared. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
All right. Well, I'm a recent college graduate, and I got a job right out of college. Just extremely blessed with that. And my college loans are going to start occurring here pretty soon in November. And I have a car payment as well. And I was wondering, what do I start tackling first? I know I've been going through the Every Dollar app. I'm still on step 1, but once that's finished off, I get to baby step 2 to start my debt snowball. Well, where do I start? Do I pay off my car first, or do I start with the student loan?
What does the debt snowball tell you?
It tells me to tackle the smallest one first and then go to the large.
Yep. What's the smallest one?
The smallest one is like almost 700, like 686, I believe.
Okay. Tackle it.
All right.
And then what's the next smallest one?
The next smallest one is about 1,000.
Oh, you got a couple of little ankle biters. Good.
Yeah.
So you're going to punch those two out really quick. All right.
Yeah.
And what's your income?
35,000.
Okay. All right. Very good. And the total debt you have?
With student loans, it's at 28, and then my car is about 22. 2,200.
You have a $22,000 car, and you make $35,000 a year?
Sorry, 2,200 is the payoff amount. Sorry, when I said 22, didn't realize that.
Okay. I feel better now. I was about to pass out. Okay, so $30,000 is your total, give or take.
Yes.
Okay. And you're making 35. All right. And what does your career income look like it's going to do?
Well, I graduated with a business ed degree, so I wanted to teach, but I got a marketing job right out of college, so I couldn't turn it down. So, I mean, teachers don't make, 6 digits, but probably around, I'd say max would be like 45, maybe 50, kind of depends.
Okay. So you're still looking to transfer to teaching?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. And when you do that, you might go from 35 to 50.
Yeah. Well, I mean, over the course of years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, you just keep that in mind as you're attacking this debt, and that's the ratio. I always look at how much income you have versus how much debt you've got. That's the hole you're in, the ratio of the hole you're in to the shovel that you have, your income, and that's you got a ways to fight through this, but you can do it. You absolutely can do it, and congratulations. Thanks for calling in. Open phones at 888-825-5225. We're really glad you guys are with us. Hey, Chris Hogan's Retire Inspired book, we put it on sale, pre-sale this week, and it has gone absolutely bonkers. Really bonkers. Thank you. We appreciate it. This book is absolutely incredible. See, Chris understands you. He's been where you are. He's been scared. He knows what it's like to not know if you're going to be able to retire, and then he knows what it's like to feel what happens when you put a plan in place and start moving towards your retirement number. So whether you're 25 or you're 55, this book is going to rock your world. Retire Inspired. And see, retirement's not a financial number. Retirement's not an age. It is a financial number. I said that backwards. But here's the deal. The book is $20. Why would you buy a book that's coming out January the 11th in October? Because I'm going to bribe you to. I'm going to give you a lot of stuff because it helps our marketing plans if we have a bunch of these things pre-sold. And it helps Chris. And we really want to help Chris. Everybody likes Chris. So here's the deal. The book is $20, $19.99. You get $70 worth of stuff if you pre-order the book from us or from Amazon or Barnes & Noble or whoever. You pre-order it. If you pre-order it and then go to our website and fill out the thing where you pre-ordered it, we're going to give you, in addition to the book, the Retire Inspired ebook, the digital audiobook with Chris reading it, and that comes in January. But immediately, we're going to give you a video called Investing Basics, a Guide to Retirement ebook, and the latest ebook version of my book, The Legacy Journey. You can get it at DaveRamsey.com, RetireInspired.com, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Retire Inspired by Chris Hogan.
It gets real, it's live, it's really live, local, and in motion. Every day on KCAA, the Inland Empire's only live local motion talk. KCAA 1050 AM and KCAAradio.com.
The San Bernardino Rotary Foundation wants you to be a part of this city's renaissance. That's why they hope you'll attend the San Bernardino Summit. On Tuesday, October 6th at the historic Fox Theater on Court Street, community leaders like Dr. John Husing will speak on bringing San Bernardino from bankruptcy back to all-American greatness. Attend the San Bernardino Summit Tuesday morning, October 6th at the Fox Theater. Proceeds benefit the Literacy and Rotary Life Scholarship programs.
For more information, see sanbernardinosummit.com. Tickets are available at evenbright.com.
This is KCAA.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, or check out the savings and place your order online. VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
Here's your Money Minute with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
If you follow the markets, you've probably been getting seasick lately. But what if I told you that market volatility can be a good thing? If you're a bargain hunter, this is your coupon. So keep your shopping list handy. If you're a long-term investor with plenty of time before retirement, the money going into your 401k each month will buy more shares when the markets are down. And if you have a good financial plan, you can relax while others worry, because that plan will carry you beyond today's headlines. Of course, you should always consider professional guidance before making any financial decisions. That's your Money Minute. I'm Mo Ansari.
For more tips on investing during market volatility and other investment topics, listen to Market Wrap weekdays at 5 p.m. on this station. For a free consultation with Mo Ansari, call 800-388-9700. That's 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Hi, this is Reverend E.C. Tune in to New Life Open Doors Radio Live, Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m. We discuss topics regarding your spiritual needs first and your physical, also while showing you how God can bless your financial needs. You also can watch us on Charter Cable on Sunday mornings at 9:30 on Channel 181, at 6:30 p.m. in the San Gabriel Valley area. And you can catch us on demand. Just click on Local Interest, then Faith, and lastly, click on New Life Open Doors or NLOD. Join me Sundays here from 8 to 10 on KCAA 1050 AM.
Thank you for joining us, America. We appreciate you being here. Open phones at 888-825-5225. You jump in. We'll talk about your life, your money. Emerson is with us in Pennsylvania. Hi, Emerson. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I am so much better than I deserve. Thank you. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
I am a 26-year-old single mother with a 3-year-old. I work full-time, and I am going to school part-time. I make less than $30,000 a year, and I have been stuck in baby step 3 for about 2 years. Just because I keep using what's left of even just my number one my baby emergency fund just to get through the year. I end up using my tax return or what little I get of my tax return to supplement my my emergency fund, and then that ends up getting used up throughout the year because I can't even pay for a whole lot of food with just my monthly income. And so I'm feeling stuck, and I know that my problem is my income. I am in school to try to get a degree. I don't have a degree, but I'm trying to get one in order to be able to be marketable and try to get a better job in order to bring my income up.
Gotcha. You're scratching and clawing, kiddo. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, what are you studying?
I'm studying to be a paralegal, but I have a 10-year plan to get my law degree.
And when will you finish the paralegal designation?
Paralegal, I will graduate from my associates in the spring of 2017, and right now I'm paying for it with grants.
Okay. All right. And so, basically, we're saying a year and a half.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then things are going to change because paralegals make more than $30,000.
Right.
And so that's going to be very helpful.
Right.
So, and where do you think the leak is in your budget? What's the biggest thing that you think's taking your budget down?
Probably gas money. I have to drive about half an hour to drop my daughter off at daycare because my work shift, which is the only shift that I'm able to get right now, is second shift. And in order to find a daycare that is open that late, I have to drive into the city. And then I also work in a different town out of the city that I have to drive to about 45 minutes from the city to get to work. And so I'm spending about $300 a month on gas.
Okay.
Which is, it's eating up what I could have spent on food. And so I think last month for September, I do use the Every Dollar budget tool. And for last month at September, I could only worm out $85 for food.
Okay. Well, let's stop that idea. Here's the thing. Food is first.
Right.
It's not last. It's not wormed out. You start with food because you have to eat before you can do anything.
Right, and so, I struggle with that. I've struggled with that my entire life. I'm not an anorexic, but I'm very close to it. I don't really eat a whole lot.
Yeah, but you have a baby to raise, and here's here's what this says. Okay, the biggest tool that you have to clean this mess up is you, and you have to eat.
Right.
So, in other words, to feed the program, we have to feed you.
Right.
So you need to look at it that way, that this is a proper value system. Food is first. Lights and water is second. How much is your rent?
That's another thing. It's $695 out of my $1,650 that I have for every month.
Yeah. And so your rent's killing you. It's not your food and it's not your gas. Your rent's killing you. I know that's still a cheap rent. It's not like you're spending a lot of money, but as a percentage of your income, that's what's there. Do you have any family in the area?
I do, but not that I'm able to ask a whole lot of help from. My mother lives about an hour away, and she's as much as she wants to help and she tries to help, it's not fiscally responsible for me to ask her for help because they're not in the greatest financial situation either.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah.
And what are you doing? What's the job you're doing?
I'm right now. I work for hospital registration. I actually work for like a clinic. I do basically that when you go into a clinic, if you hand your photo ID and your insurance card to a person, that's me.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And you're making $30,000.
Just under, actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. If you can adjust your rent, that's fine. It would be very helpful because I think that's what's knocking your knees out from under you. I think that's what's kicking your feet out. So, but if you can't, then let's pretend this happens. Let's pretend that you just keep putting the emergency fund in place, but then something breaks or something, and it keeps coming back down. And between now and the time you graduate, you don't make any progress, but you also don't go into debt.
Right.
You just kind of hang on by your fingernails, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
If you can hang on to 18 months, then that's where your light at the end of the tunnel is because your income's going to change dramatically, and for that matter, your life's going to change dramatically.
I sure hope so.
The $300 gas bill is going to go down because you're going to move to an area that's very close to your job, and the daycare is going to be near your job, and that's going to just, the time you have is going to come back, much less your money.
Right.
And so...
Okay, so would it be worth it for me to move either closer to my daughter's daycare, or to try and do that? I mean, because I might be able to get a cheaper rent in the city, but the environment's not that great. There's shootings probably every week.
Yeah, well, we don't want to get you in a place that's unsafe. We certainly don't put your baby in a place that's unsafe, but I probably would shop and just, try to take a little bit of time and start looking. You might stumble into what I always like to look for is that thing that nobody knows about that you find out maybe through your church or something.
Right.
And it's the garage apartment out back of some rich old lady's house. And she just kind of takes you in and, lets you, rent that garage apartment real cheap. That kind of a thing. That's the type of weird, you're not looking for a straight up apartment from a straight up landlord. I'd like to find some kind of an unusual thing that would cut your rent down while you finish this degree.
Okay.
Because if you could cut it down just a little bit, it would change everything. But listen, Emerson, you put food at the top of your list. It's your number one priority. You don't do anything until you buy food for yourself and that baby. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't want to hear from you otherwise on anything else. I'll help you with anything I can. You call me back if you're scared or you're struggling. But you make sure you're eating, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. You call in again. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Charleston, West Virginia. Melissa's up. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing good.
Good.
How are you?
How can I help?
Well, I just recently got married in April. I have a probably 31 student loan debt, and I am a teacher. So I make around 32. My husband he works for a bank, and he makes probably around 27. And we bought a house, and we owe about 140 on that. So today I just looked at my bank account. We always have about $2,000 in our emergency fund, and we don't even have $1,000 right now. So we don't want to get into a rut where financial burdens are a stress on our marriage, and we just want to find a way that helps us save and pay bills at the same time.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want you to do is to start a written plan that you and your husband agree to every month. Every dollar has an assignment.
Okay.
And see, that'll help you get organized and be in agreement and communicating about what your goals are and where you're headed. Once you do that, you're going to feel like you got a raise.
Okay.
Because the money, when it just heads out in different directions and you look up and go, oh, crud, we only got $1,000,
Yeah.
That tells me the money's happening to you, you're not happening to it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you start that, it's going to change everything. Then the first goal I want you to do is what we call our baby steps. Baby step 1, when we can squeeze anything out, so I want to make sure you have that $1,000 emergency fund. Then baby step 2 is I want you to start paying off these debts.
Okay.
And work your way.
How do we start paying off the debts when we're just paying the bills?
List them smallest to largest. Pay minimum payments on everything but the little one. And when you find money in this budget, then you're going to squeeze that money out. Any extra money you find, you throw it at that smallest debt until it's gone.
Okay.
When that one's gone, you go to the next one. When that one's gone, you go to the next one. Hold on. I'm going to give you a belated wedding gift. I'm going to send you a copy of our book, The Total Money Makeover.
Freeway Auto Center is your road to home. Now open and ready to send you home in a much better car than you're driving now. Freeway Auto Center has a special phone number for KCAA listeners. Get ready, get a pen. Here's the